Supreetha, welcome to my math class. So in the previous lectures on Laplace transform, what did we study? We studied about the definition of Laplace transform, some basic formulas on Laplace transform. We saw how to find Laplace transform using those formulas. Agree? What else did we study? We studied something called as shifting property. Yeah? After that, in the previous video, we studied the second property where you differentiate. Okay, when do you apply shifting property? When you have a function in the form e power 80 into f of t. Okay, and when do you apply the second property? When you have the question something like t power n into f of t. When you're trying to find Laplace of a function that is in the form t power n into f of t. Okay, suppose they ask you to find Laplace transform of, Laplace transform of, say, Laplace transform of t e power minus 2t cos 5t. Okay, now whatever you have, the first step is what? Identify f of t, yes, and find the Laplace of f of t. Here we have f of t. What do we have f of t? We have cos 5t, right? So what I'll do, first find Laplace of cos 5t. Okay, this is equal to what? S divided by s square plus 5 square, which is 25. Okay, this is our f bar of s. Okay, what is the next step? What is the next term that I have here? Let me bring in e power minus 2t now. Okay. Yes, Laplace of e power minus 2t cos 5t. What is this? Is the shifting property, right? Yes, let me write that down. This is the first property, yes? The first property, which is called as the shifting property. What does the shifting property say? Replace f of s with what? F of s minus a, s square plus 25. Wherever you have s, replace it with s minus of. In place of a, I have minus 2, right? So I'll replace with minus 2. Yes? So I'll replace s with s plus 2 divided by s plus 2 the whole square plus 25. Okay? Now, we have found what is Laplace of e power minus 2t cos 5t. What else do we have? We have t, right? In the question. So let me bring that t. Laplace of t e power minus 2t cos 5t. This is equal to, okay, this is equal to, yes. So here which property do you apply? Suppose we have already found this Laplace. So this we will consider it as f of t now. Okay. And whatever we have here, this would be our t to the power n. Yes. Now what is... Now the f of t that we have, this, we already have it in the form of f of s. Okay, what is the second step or the second, what is the second step in this second property that we had? After finding f of s, the formula was, that is Laplace of t power n f of t was equal to minus 1 to the power n dn by ds power n of f of s. Okay, now what is the value of n? Observe, we have 1 here, right? So the value of n is 1. Basically, if you have only t, you differentiate it once. If you have t square, you differentiate it twice. If you have t cube, you differentiate it thrice, and it goes on. So let me write it as minus 1 to the power 1 Yes, d by ds of, what is f of s? That is s plus 2 divided by s plus 2 the whole square plus 25. Now, how do you differentiate this? I'll write minus 1 as it is, or let me write it as minus. Keep the denominator as it is. Yeah, s square plus 25. If I differentiate the numerator, I would get 1. Okay, minus. Keep the numerator as it is. Differentiate the denominator. I would get 2 into s plus 2 into 1 plus 0. Okay, this whole thing divided by s plus 2 the whole square plus 25 the whole square. Okay, now what if I simplify this? What will I get? Yes, so that will be minus s square plus 4s plus 4 plus 25 would be 29 minus, okay, minus 2s square plus, yeah, this is basically s plus 2 into s plus 2. So I'm applying a plus b whole square and directly I'm multiplying it with 2. Okay, so that would be 2s square minus, right? Because we are multiplying it even with minus. Okay, so let me first put a bracket. No confusions. Yes, 2s square plus, actually it is 4s into 2 would be 8s plus 2 2s are 4, 2 square is 4 into 2 is 8. This divided by s square plus 4s plus 29. Okay, close the bracket. Now what do we have? Minus s square plus 4s plus 29 minus 2s square minus 8s. Okay, this is s, not x. Minus 8. This divided by, we have a square here, s square plus 4s plus 29 the whole square. Okay, now we have minus, what is s square minus 2s square? That would be minus s square. 4s minus 8s would be minus 4s. Okay, 29 minus 8 would be plus 21 divided by s square plus 4s plus 29 the whole square. You can take a negative common in the numerator. Then you would get s square plus 4s minus 21 divided by s square plus 4s plus 29 the whole square. Okay. Yes, so moving on to our next question, that is find the Laplace transform of, okay, find the Laplace transform of t to the power 5 e power 4t cos hyperbolic 2t. Okay, now I can take f of t as cos hyperbolic 2t. Apply the formula, and then I can apply the shifting property, then apply the second property. Yes, as you can see, we have t to the power 5, which means you would have to differentiate it how many times? 5 times. Yes, so let me make a little bit of changes in the question. What I'll do is, I'll keep t power 5. I'll flip t power 5 into e power 4. Yeah, it is commutative. You can do that. And in place of cos hyperbolic 2t, I'll substitute. Yeah, what was cos hyperbolic 80 formula? That was e power 80 plus e power minus 80 divided by 2. Yes, so I'll get here e power 2t plus e power minus 2t divided by 2. Okay, so let me multiply each term now. I would get e power 4t t power 5 into e power 2t plus e power 4t t power 5 into e power minus 2t whole thing divided by 2. Now as you can see, we have e power, yes. Bases are same, you can add the powers. What is e power 4t into e power 2t now? That would be e to the power 4t plus 2t, which is 6t, okay, into t to the power 5 plus e power 4t minus 2t would be 2t into t power 5 divided by 2. Yes, if I have to find the Laplace of this now, yeah, the Laplace of this would be, take out the half, that is constant, right? So Laplace of e power 6t t power 5 plus Laplace of e power 2t t to the power 5. Clearly, f of t is t power 5. Okay, f of t is t power 5. So Laplace of f of t would be, yeah, Laplace of t power 5. What is Laplace of t power n formula? It is 5 factorial divided by s to the power n plus 1. Okay, what is the next step? Let me take the first term, yeah. I'll keep the half as it is. Laplace of, we've already found f of t. What is the next step? Write down whatever you found f of t. Replace s with s minus 6 plus the same thing. Write down f of t, s to the power 6. Replace s with s minus 2. Yes, half. What is 5 factorial? It is 5 into 4 into 3 into 2. 5 4s are 20 into 3 2s are 6. So that would be 120 divided by s minus 6 whole power 6 plus 120 divided by s minus 2 whole to the power 6. You can take out 120 common and divide it with 2. You would get 60 into 1 divided by s minus 6 whole power 6 plus 1 divided by s minus 2 whole to the power 6. Okay, now moving on to our next question, that is, yeah, so the next question is, prove that or evaluate, okay, evaluate integral 0 to infinity, okay, 0 to infinity t e power minus 3t sine t dt. You have to show that this is equal to 3 divided by 50. Okay. So yes, what was the definition of Laplace transform that I wrote in the first lecture? That was 0 to infinity, or Laplace of f of t. This is equal to 0 to infinity minus st f of t into dt. Now observe the definition and the given question. What do you have in place of f of t? In place of f of t, I have t sine t. Okay, what do I have in place of s? Observe e power. Even here e power, in place of s I have 3. Okay, so the first step is, let me find Laplace of f of t. Yeah, that is Laplace of t sine t. We apply second property. What is the second property? That is, first take this as f of t. Find the Laplace of sine t. What is Laplace of sine t? That would be 1 divided by s square plus 1. And for finding Laplace of t sine t, the formula was, yeah, we have t power 1. So that would be minus 1 to the power 1 d power 1 divided by ds power 1 divided by s square plus 1. Okay, so that would be minus, as I told you, differentiation of numerator is 0 because it is a constant, minus, keep the numerator as it is, differentiate the denominator. What is differentiation of s square plus 1? That would be 2s divided by s square plus 1 the whole square. Okay, so minus into minus would be plus 2s divided by s square plus 1 the whole square. So we found Laplace of t sine t. Okay, now there is one more information that we need to add. What is that? That is s is equal to 3. Okay, so substitute s is equal to 3. Yes, so that would be 2 into 3 divided by 3 square plus 1 the whole square. What is 2 into 3? 2 into 3 is 6 divided by 3 3s are 9 plus 1 would be 10. 10 square would be 100, right? So let me divide this. 2 3s are 2 50s are. Yeah. So this is what we had to show, right? Check the question. 3 divided by 50. Okay. Now take down the next question. Evaluate. Yes. Evaluate. Evaluate integral 0 to infinity t e power minus 2t sine square t dt. We have to show that this is equal to 1 divided by 8. Okay, so what is the first step? Tell me what is f of t. F of t would be t sine square t, right? What is s value? S value is 2. Yes, observe here the definition that I wrote. Yes, in place of s, in this question, I have 2. Okay, now what is the first step? Find the Laplace of f of t. How do you find Laplace of f of t? That is t sine square t. So the first step is find the Laplace of sine square t. Okay, what is Laplace of sine square t? I don't know what is Laplace of sine square t, right? So let me use a trigonometric formula. Which formula would you use? We have cos 2 theta is equal to 1 minus 2 sine square theta. So sine square theta would be 1 minus cos 2 theta divided by 2. Okay, so that would be find the Laplace of 1 minus cos 2 theta divided by 2. Or in place of theta, we have here what? In place of theta, we have here t, right? So let me write it as t. Okay, so now half is a constant, I can take it out. Laplace of 1 would be 1 divided by s minus, what is Laplace of cos 2t? It would be s divided by s squared plus 4. What else do we have? We have to find Laplace of t sine square t now. Okay, what is Laplace of t sine square t? We have t to the power 1, so we would have to differentiate it once. So d by ds of, yes, half is a constant, I'll take it out. What else do you have? 1 divided by s minus s divided by s square plus 4. Okay, so minus 1 by 2 d by ds of, what is d by ds of 1 by s? That would be minus 1 by s square, minus, keep the denominator as it is, differentiate the numerator, you would get 1, minus, keep s as it is, differentiate the denominator, that would be 2s, divided by s square plus 4 the whole square. Okay. Now, so this would be, let me take a negative, like I can cancel all these. It would become plus. So 1 divided by 2 into 1 divided by s square plus s square plus 4 minus 2s square divided by s square plus 4 the whole square. Okay, from the question, what is the value of s that we have? We have it as 2. Let me substitute that 2 here. I would get 1 divided by 2 square, that is 4, plus, here I have s square minus 2s, constant, I'll write it as it is. So s square minus 2s would be minus s square. Okay, so in place of s square, I'll substitute 2 square divided by 4 plus 4 the whole square. Okay, so in the numerator you can see you have 4 minus 4, right? And 0 divided by anything is 0. So you would get half into 1 by 4, which is equal to 1 by 8. That is what we had to show. Okay, so what did we study in this lecture? First, we solved the merge of two properties here. That is a shifting property and the second property where we differentiate. Okay, so now, as you can see in the question, first whatever I had, I took cos t, I found the Laplace of it, and then I applied the shifting property, and whatever I got the answer, for that I applied what? This differentiation property. Okay, I differentiated it, and finally I got the answer in terms of s. Okay, the same thing I did with the second question. But in the second question, I had t to the power 5. So it becomes complicated, right, to differentiate it 5 times. So I used trigonometric formula of cos hyperbolic 2t. I did some simplifications. I arrived at a point where I could take t power 5 only as a function. Okay. And then I simplified it, as you can see. And then we solved. Yes, they had asked us to evaluate the given question. Okay, t e power minus 3t sin t dt is equal to 3 divided by 50. Yes, I wrote the definition of Laplace transform. I compared it with the given question. I identified what was f of t. Yes, I found the Laplace of f of t, and wherever I had s, I replaced it with t. Okay, and that is how I solved even the second question of this type. And I arrived at the RHS, that is 1 by 8, and here I got 3 by 50. Okay, so yes, that is it for today's lecture. Thank you.